Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Remi, and on my channel I discuss on faith, lifestyle and development. So if you're interested in any of those things, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, just click on the red button that says subscribe. It's free, it's quick, it's simple. Go ahead and subscribe if you like my channel, if you like my content, if you like this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, so for this video, I'm really excited about this video because I'm actually responding to a request. I'm actually responding to a question that a subscriber sent me via email. So last week, I got an email from a subscriber, and I'm going to share the email here to show you guys what she said and what she was asking me. And I was like, oh my God, that's a great question. And I'm very, very excited to share my experience. I'm honored to share what worked for me and my experiences. So let me show you guys the email that I got from the subscriber. So it says, "Good afternoon. I know that from your YouTube About page, your email address is for business inquiries only. But I wanted to tell you how much I enjoy your channel and your faith. Thank you very much. I'm a recent law school graduate hoping to sit for the bar exam in New York. The exam has been canceled twice now, and I'm praying that the board's next decision will be a favorable one. So I'm guessing that, it was canceled because of COVID. Because I think that's what happened to Massachusetts as well. It just kept getting postponed. Anyway, it says, I graduated with high honors, but did not receive a job offer before graduation. I wanted to ask you if you received a job offer before graduating. I'm not sure you've spoken about it on YouTube. And if not, when did you start job searching? Did you apply lateral or as a law student? I've noticed with lateral positions, it requires some experience, at least 2 years, but I'm a recent grad. And lastly, how did you, if you have experienced this, overcome not hearing back from law firms you wanted to work at? Thank you for your time." So I responded to her, saying congratulations. She graduated with high honors. That's amazing. That's no joke. You know what I mean? So I responded to her saying, yes, she's right. I haven't shared that on my YouTube channel yet, and I'm gonna respond to this in a video, which I am doing today. So guys, like I said, part of my YouTube channel is just not to just give you content based on what I want to give you. Also, I want to make impact. So if you have video requests, if you have questions for me, if you have video ideas, email me or drop it in the comment section below. Preferably drop it in the comment section below. Let me see what you guys want to hear from me, and I'll be happy to share. So I'm going to be addressing that question for this video today. And I'm going to be talking based on my experiences, based on my background, based on what I went through, and how I was able to pretty much survive the whole thing. So I'm going to be sharing from my own experience. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, this video is just going to be talking about, getting a job offer before law school graduation. And sincerely, this can apply to law school graduation. It can apply to your grad program. It can apply to college. Sincerely, it can apply to everyone. So I'm responding to this lady who sent me an email, but at the same time, anyone can benefit from this depending on where you are at in life. So I just wanted to put that out there. So I'm really excited about this. Can you tell? Can you tell, guys, that I'm excited? And I'm really honored to be able to share my experience about this. All right, first things first. She said, did I receive a job offer before graduation? Hold on, let me just make sure. It's the first question. No. So the simple answer to that is no. I did not actually receive a job offer before law school graduation. And I'm going to talk more about that so that this can benefit this person and also anybody watching this video. All right. So no, I did not receive a job offer before law school graduation. And I wanted to just talk about this for a few before I move on to the next question or the next, heading that I want to talk about. it's important that you train your mind not to compare. So when I was in law school, I did not receive a job offer before graduation. Did I have classmates that already had job offers? Of course. Did it make me feel some type of way? Sometimes. And I say that because law school, people like to talk, right? People like to brag about what they're doing for the summer and, where they're working and what internship they got, what their grades were. People like to talk in law school. It's almost like, come and show me, your resume without me even asking about your resume or your qualifications. People like to brag. People like to talk. And if you don't have a job offer and someone tells you and they're bragging that, oh, I got this offer from this law firm, I'm starting, right after graduation, obviously, like, you're going to be feeling some type of way. But it's important that you train your mind not to compare. This happened to me 1L summer, right? Because that one too is another thing. 1L summer, people typically get internships, way before the semester ends. I did not get my internship for my 1L summer until like 2 weeks before the semester ended. People already got theirs like months before, but I got mine like 2 weeks. So you can imagine, people were already talking about what they're doing for 1L summer. I had no idea because I was still trying to apply. I was still trying to get accepted into a position. So I did not get it until like 2 weeks, and I had to just start immediately. So God made a way for me. I interned for a judge. It was amazing. The best experience. I learned so much, but I did not get that until like, later in the semester versus earlier, right? When majority, or I wouldn't even say majority, I'll say a decent amount of students get their internship offers, earlier than like 2 weeks before the semester ends. So that was 1L year. 1L year, I also took a summer class. So I was busy that summer. I took corporations, and I think I talked about this in one of my videos. I took corporations 1L summer, and I was interning. So that was a great, experience. It was a busy summer and I loved it, right? The same thing happened 2L summer. When I tell you, you should not compare, because your life's journey, your life's path is different from everybody else's path. And I know in law school it can be tough because everyone is always talking about themselves and what they're doing and what they're going to do for the summer. But it's fine to trust your process. It's fine, to know that God literally has your life in his hands and he's going to direct you to the right path. He's going to give you the right opportunity at the right time. So again, this happened to all summer. People were already bragging, about law firms that called them back from the year before or new opportunities that they got. Again, I did not get my offer to work at my law firm because I worked at a law firm my 2L summer. I was actually paid because the first year summer it wasn't paid. It was just straight internship. But the second year I actually got paid, so it was amazing. But I did not get that role until after the semester ended. I think it was like the week of finals, and I think I got an email or something, or I applied. I sent an email, and then they said this law firm was looking for someone to work for them for the summer for an internship, and it's paid. It was in downtown. It was an amazing, opportunity. I applied for it. They called me for an interview. The next week, they called me to come and start. Literally, that's how it happened, guys. So, and I was like, wow, back to back. So it shows that at the right time, it doesn't have to be when everybody else is getting their own, or it doesn't have to be part of the norm, or, what people think that should be happening. Trust your life, trust God, trust your process. So yeah, that's how I started my 2L internship, paid internship at a law firm, and I loved it. It was amazing. It was a great experience. I learned so much. So now 3L, I wasn't applying. I started applying slowly towards the end of 3L, but to be very honest, I did not get a job offer before graduation. I was more concerned with passing my exams. No kidding. Because I know I haven't really shared that story, but I talked about it briefly in my other video where I talked about how I passed the Massachusetts bar exam. And before you can take the bar exam, you have to pass the MPRE, right? And that MPRE, I took it 3 times. 3 times, okay? So the first time I took it, August 2015, I failed. I did not pass. Second time I took it was November 2015, and then the last time it was going to be offered before I graduate was April 2016. Mind you, I graduate May 2016, and if you don't pass the MPRE, you cannot sit for the bar exam. So the bar exam was July. So check this out. MPRE was April, I graduate May, bar exam was July. The only time I could have taken the MPRE before the bar exam was that April that I needed to pass. I've already taken it twice before, but I failed. So I only had the chance in April to pass. So the pressure was on, guys. The pressure was on. So I was more concerned about trying to pass my exams, trying to pass the MPRE, trying to be able to be eligible to sit for the bar and graduate and do all these things. So I was more concerned about that rather than trying to look for a job, because I just figured, you know what, with this job thing, it'll figure itself out. I'll get a job after graduation. I just need to graduate and I need to take the bar. So that was where my mindset kind of was. But yes, I was applying softly as a 3L, but I was getting rejected. So I applied to a law firm, I get rejected. I applied to a company, I get rejected. So, but you know, that's kind of how my 3L was going in terms of looking for jobs, right? So let me see that I've covered what I wanted to talk about there. 1 second. Okay. Yep, so I started applying as a 3L, and yeah. So when I eventually finished school, and I think this is part of the question that I was being asked as well about when did I start job searching, and did I apply literal? Yes, I did apply literal. So I didn't necessarily apply from law school so much. So when I was done with school and graduating on the bar exam, I got in touch with a temp agency, and I think that's a good idea. This is a piece of advice for anyone. If you're looking for a job, if you're in law school and you're trying to find a job, temp in the meantime. It works, I promise. So the agency that I use is called Robert Half. They're not paying me to say this, but they're called Robert Half. But do your research. There are so many agencies out there. Get in touch with an agency. Tell them what you're looking to do. If an opportunity comes, even if it's for 1 month, even if it's for 2 months, take the opportunity. Temp, get the experience that you need. You're also getting paid. It might not be as much as a real permanent role, but you're getting experience, you're getting paid. You know, you put in something on your resume and it will help. So for me, I knew I wanted to do corporate law. I knew that I wanted to be in-house. I wanted to, do corporate law work. And in school, it was kind of tough to find corporate legal internships, but I did what I could in school. So I mostly did family law in law school, but I made sure that I was able to tailor my resume to look attractive and to fit a corporate legal role. So for example, in whatever internship that I did, I would, highlight my drafting skills. I'll highlight my analytical skills, my negotiation skills, and things like that. So I was looking at what I was doing in law school, which was family law, and I was trying to figure out, okay, what experiences are transferable? What can I use in a corporate legal field? Although, family law is different from corporate legal work, but at the same time, what can I draw out of this experience? So I was thinking deeply. I was talking to my counselor. I was having people review my resume for me and to give me feedback. So I was doing all of this work because I knew that I needed to prepare myself well to be able to apply laterally, right? So I got in touch with a temp agency, told them that I wanted to do corporate legal work. They found me a temp role. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was the best. So it was me and a couple of other law school graduates that were working on this project. And I worked on it for about 2 months and it was over. And then about 2 weeks later, they called some of us back. They said, they have more work, and, they want to extend the invitation to a couple people who stood out from the previous experience. So I was like, oh, thank you. So I was one of the people they called back, and I got more experience, I think for like an additional month or so. So I temped for 3 months for that role. And then, I got another temp job, and I did that one as well. But before I did that, I was just trying to pass the bar exam. So the first time I took the bar, I failed the first time I took the bar. So when I got my results in October, I paused from doing temp roles, and I just was studying to take the bar. After the bar, I temped again, right? Shortly. And then, so that's 2 temp roles. And then when I passed my bar exam, I got a job offer literally like a month after I passed my bar exam. Was it a month? Or I got called about a month after, and then I got my offer about maybe 2 months after I passed the bar, I think. And it was what I was looking for. So it was like, doing corporate legal work, and I really, really enjoy what I do. So the experiences I gained from the temp roles really, really helped set me apart when I applied for the role that I currently am doing right now. So, it gave me good experience. It looked great on my resume. I learned so much. I knew that this is what I really wanted to do. And also, going back to law school, think of the classes that you took. That's why you should typically think about these things beforehand. So for example, the whole experience thing, I think you were asking. So I applied as a literal for the most part. And yes, they do expect some years of experience. So like I said, temping gives you experience. It might not give you 2 years experience, but it can give you a year. It can give you 6 months. Also, I pretty much sold the classes that I took in law school as part of my experiences. I'm telling you, I sold that part because I took a lot of corporate legal related classes in law school. I took corporations, I took advanced legal writing, I took securities regulations, I took transactional skills and drafting, I took corporations, obviously I took contracts, everyone has to take contracts, but I was taking a lot of classes tailored to a corporate legal role. And I was just selling that on my resume that, hey, I might not have 3 years of experience, but I have this, this, and that. So I was selling my classes, I was selling the temp work that I did, and I also was selling my years in law school. Fam, law school is 3 years. That's some kind of experience. And also I was in the clinic, in my school family law clinic, and I was, a student attorney. I was certified and all that. I was litigating in front of judges. And I did that for a year, for my last year of law school. I sold that as well. That, hey, I can negotiate, I can advocate, and things like that. So market yourself, put your best foot forward. What can you do in this time? You're looking for a role, they want experience. Okay, what can you do? Can you temp? Can you, look at your law school classes? What can you sell from what you've done? What can you sell from your internships? Because I did a lot of internships in law school, even to the point that as a 2L, I was interning in addition to a class that I was taking. So the internship was like an extra credit for a class that I was taking. So I was getting a lot of experience. In school. So I just sold that. And sincerely, a lot of prayers. The right opportunity will find you, I promise. The right role will find you. The right boss, the right company, will find you with prayers. Because, yeah, I just strongly believe that as humans, we try, we can plan. God has the final say. So it was a lot of prayers and just, knowing that, the right role will find me. And it did. So I think I've answered the lateral part. I've answered a little bit about the experience part. Also speak to your advisor, speak to your counselor. See ways what you can do right now. Talk to people, network, ask questions. And it will all work out, I promise. And I think lastly, how did you, if you have experienced this, overcome not hearing back from law firms you wanted to work at? I've been rejected a lot in life. I have failed a lot in life. So when I applied to roles and I didn't hear back, how did I overcome not hearing back? I just, sincerely, I'll feel sad for about a few minutes, dust my feet, and I move on. Sincerely, because yeah, yeah, it can suck. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie, but you move on and you just know that, hey, it wasn't for me, and you keep trying, right? You don't give up. And another tip I was going to share about that is, if I apply for a role and I get rejected, I typically reach out to the employer saying, thank you for your time. For future purposes, what did I do wrongly, or what did I do that you didn't like during the interview process, so I can be better, so I can be a better fit for a future role. So you're learning. I know it takes a lot of maturity, and it takes a lot of, because you're upset that you didn't get the role, but at the same time you want to reach out and say, do you mind giving me feedback on what you thought I could have done better, so I can be in a better position for a future role. So that's another thing, another thing to do while you're trying to figure out and while you're trying to get that yes. But I've gotten a lot of no's in my life, so how I overcome that, I just dust my feet and just move on. I'm not going to waste too much time being sad about it. I'm not going to waste too much time crying about it. I'm just going to move on. Know that there's something better for me, and there's something that God has in store for me. So I'm a Christian, and my faith has a lot to do with how I operate my life. So it's just knowing that the right one will come. That wasn't for me, so that's kind of how I just move through life, with my career, with my relationships, with everything. Just knowing that at the end of the day, God has the best in store, and He has a plan. I know the plan of God for me is of good, is not of evil. I know that, God plans to give me a future, a hope, and an expected end. I'm very sure about that. So I just literally just hold on to Jesus, stay strong in my faith and hope for the best. But yeah, I really hope I answered all your questions for the most part. Yeah, so I think I did. So yes, I hope this was helpful. If you're watching, I know you're watching because I know you said you'll be on the lookout. I hope this was helpful, and to others as well. I hope you found this very helpful. Share this video with your friends, with your sister, with your brother, with whomever. I think this can apply to anyone really, not just law school graduates. And I really hope that you found this video very helpful. If you did, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It doesn't bite. The button does not bite. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.